DJ Immortal, live in the mix.
Alright, Outlaw Radio Live fans, we are live on the air with former DJ of Bad Boy Records. We got DJ Finesse on the line. How you doing this evening?
What's going on, brother? I'm blessed. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I saw you scratching it up on IG Live today, man. I'm telling you. Man, it's good to hear. It's good to hear some DJs scratching still.
Yeah, man, we're still getting it in, brother. Everything's good.
So I gotta ask you, man, this is probably gonna take you way back, but what made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
Oh, man, it goes back to my parents, man. I used to, I always say that cleaning the house was always easier with music, right? So, parents was always into music, and it just always, every Saturday, man, Sunday mornings, Saturday morning, just always downstairs in the basement listening to music. So, pretty much followed me all my life. And then I happened to see a DJ live one day at my cousin's wedding. I had no idea what he was doing and just was fixated on what he was doing. So it was actually part of my book, too, which is pretty dope. I think I was 10 when I saw my first DJ.
And when you actually brought up your book, I have that coming up later on in the interview, but if you like, I was actually wondering, man, what made you decide to start writing a book, and also when can our listeners expect to be able to get the opportunity to read that?
Yeah, so I guess through my whole journey of being a DJ and, going through, learning different lessons, in life and, from college and, basketball, being a college basketball player. I've been, I always say that if one person tells you something, you can kind of dismiss it. If two people say the same thing, it's a coincidence. 3, 4, and 5 all saying the same thing, you should pay attention. So I've been told by so many people I need to write a book. And so I just started to, just one day, decide to just start jotting down some notes, man, and just start to flow. So the book is scheduled to be, released hopefully in June. But, with this coronavirus that's kind of, disrupting everything globally, it has to be the right time to come out. So, people's health comes first. So.
Oh, yeah, most definitely agreed. I agree with that. Coronavirus is most definitely putting a lot of projects on hold for a lot of different individuals. Absolutely. It's unfortunate.
And
also, you were also a former DJ for Bad Boy Records. I have to ask you, what's the story behind that? How did you and Bad Boy Records get connected?
Yeah, so it's well, how much time do we have?
Honestly, we have a 3-hour time slot, and honestly, I love hearing old hip-hop stories, so you have the floor.
Gotcha. All right, so I guess the best way is to kind of backtrack a little bit. So when I was a freshman, I can kind of lay it out for you. When I was a freshman in college, Master Ace was a senior, and so I got kind of introduced to hip hop, New York City, from a pretty much 1920, going back and forth to Brooklyn and Queens and hanging out with him. And so obviously Master Ace in Special Ed, did Crooklyn Dodgers, Ace, Ed, and Buckshot at Crooklyn Dodgers. And so one day there was a huge old school concert here in Rhode Island, and Ed was one of the acts. So I was backstage, and then I ended up looking up with Ed, and he's like, "Yeah, Ace been telling me about you, blah blah blah." And so Ed and I, he wanted to do an industry night in Rhode Island. So at the time, I had the hottest club on lock. It was on a Saturday night. So I went to the owners and pitched the deal to do an industry night. And Ed used to come pretty much every week, every Thursday, bringing people like Boot Camp, bringing people like Ice-T. I mean, he was bringing everybody to the club. And he was getting ready to go do 106 in Park back in the day when it was AJ and Free. And he was like, "Yo, I need a DJ." So I'm like, "Let's go." So we go to 106 in Park on BET, and we recorded that was called Freestyle Friday. So he was doing I Got It Made. I was DJing behind him, and then before we left, it was set up for me to do Rap City the Basement, and I did Rap City the Basement with Big Tigger. And then once I came off Rap City, it was pretty much every record label was reaching out to me. And so one day my manager and I were sitting at my house, and I was like, "Yo, we gotta turn this up a little bit." And so I literally, back then, I'm just kind of showing my age, they were sending boxes of records. Like, this was even before the CD time, and then obviously downloads and everything else and the internet. So they were sending records and CDs. I was like, yo, let's pull aside the hottest 5 record labels, and let's see who's rocking out, like who's representing these labels. So we pulled out Def Jam, we pulled out Interscope, we pulled out Sony, we pulled out Bad Boy, and I forget what else we pulled out. I just started kind of looking at it. I'm like, okay, we can't go to Def Jam because Clue was there. You got Sony, and then you had I'm like K-Slade's there. You had Green Lantern was Interscope. So we just kind of broke it down, and I looked at Bad Boy. I'm like, yo, I don't know anyone that's rocking out with Bad Boy. So I literally called up the A&R, my man Henrock at the time. I'm like, yo, don't send me any more records. He was like, yo, you good? You good? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Just like, hold on to them. I'll be there on Tuesday. So I was like, yo, we got to start meeting these folks. So I literally called Bad Boy, told him to hold my records. Drove to New York City, met up with Henrock. Started going like every other week back and forth to New York City. Then Rich Dollar jumped in Henrock's spot. And then I was like, yo, like who's holding y'all down? They're like, yo, we got a bunch of DJs that's kind of like doing some stuff for us, but like no real like official DJ. I'm like, yo, I need that. And Rich was like real instrumental. Went to Sean Prez, was like, yo, my man wants to hold us down. Like, let's let him rock. And that was it. So once I got that co-sign from Rich and Sean Prez, it was like off to the races. So it kind of happened organically, like through Ace and Ed and just the networking process, and then just being in the right place at the right time and doing, having some real fire under me, and then obviously, just being, working on my craft. So I got that shot, and it was lights out after that.
And I gotta ask you, like, obviously, since you just said you were with Bad Boy and whatnot, did you ever get the chance to meet Puff Daddy at all? And if so, like, what kind of person was Puffy like?
Yeah, so it's funny, man. I had to, pretty much every interview, I had to kind of walk off of that ledge for people. Yo, you're Puffy's DJ. I'm like, no. I'm not Puffy's DJ. Like, I DJ, I rep the label. So I'm not his DJ. So I have met Puff. It wasn't often. You don't get to get around him too much, and I wasn't like, if I'm being real, I wasn't DJ Khaled, right? All respect to him. So I met Puff in the studio, Daddy's house studio a couple of times for like the record release parties. I actually met him. I was again with him in Vegas, actually in Arizona for Super Bowl weekend. Actually, I put on a whole event there, booking artists myself, and I had Bad Boy artists coming through, and then also too in Vegas when I was with MC Hammer out there in Vegas as well. So not being around him, I just know for most of the time, it's most of the stories you hear, right? Just him being just a straight marketing genius, and just like a genius about his business and just how he, his approach to music and his business. So, and also too, I did a party for him. I did do a party for him and Foxwoods Casino. So he was the host. It was a 20th anniversary, and I was the DJ for that. So it was another huge party with that. So that was a dope time as well.
That's actually really cool, at least he must have been such a busy guy that not a lot of individuals that even were signed to his label even got the opportunity to meet him. So it sounds like you got to be around him quite a bit.
I mean, not in that capacity, but we hanging out. I mean, most of my stuff that I did was with the A&R, so it was really like Rich and I. So it's almost like we had full autonomy to do what we wanted to do to kind of promote artists. So breaking records like Cassie and Young Jock and in that era, because for me it was from 2004 to 2011, so it was 7 years for me. It was realistically it was Rich and I just running around parties and just breaking records and doing Bad Boy showcases and model searches and all this kind of crazy stuff. So it was really like the A&R. So Henrock, Rich, my man Jason Wiley was pretty instrumental too. So that was my forte.
And also in 1999, you were the main DJ for the Mountain Dew Tour. I have to ask you, what was that experience like, and how did you land on the Mountain Dew Tour?
Yeah, so I was it's crazy. I was on my way. I was on my way to Montreal when the phone call came. I was on my way to Canada to do an event, And a gentleman called and just said, hey, this Finesse. I'm like, yeah. So, we're doing we want you to be on tour with Mountain Dew. And I kind of hung up on him. I was getting, you get a bunch of those, fugazi phone calls that don't really amount to anything. So I was like, nah, I'm on my way to get this event done. And I was kind of focused. So I hung up. I was like, yo, I'm on my way to Canada. I'll hit you when I get back. I just hung up. And then he called again. He was like, yo, this is Derek from Gary M. Reynolds, GMR Marketing. We're putting on this huge campaign across the United States. And your name came across our desk as someone that we want to have as one of our DJs. And so I just told him, I'm like, listen, I'm on my way to Canada. I'll be back on Sunday. I'll give you a number. Call him back, and I called him back, and it was real. Next thing you know, within weeks, literally, I was on a plane to where did we fly into? Milwaukee for a huge meeting about the whole promotional tour, and that was a dope time too, man. So X Games, Gravity Games, all kind of crazy stuff like that as well. So we went from state to state. Literally, they just really bombed out some UPS trucks, had them all graffitied up, and then they had turntables and DJ equipment inside. So you put the wall up, you just pull up and kind of guerrilla marketing and just start with the speakers on top. We were just rocking out, just giving away, Mountain Dew. And then I ended up literally rewriting their radio spots because I felt like it wasn't hip hop enough, it wasn't urban enough for the demographic they were going after. So they actually paid me to rewrite their radio ad and be the voice for both radio and on the East Coast and West Coast. So it was dope.
That's actually pretty cool, man. You got to travel all over with the Mountain Dew. I have to ask you, did you get the opportunity to kick it with any of the X Game individuals or anybody that were participants in the games?
No, I mean I was pretty much in a huge Mountain Dew DJ booth, and they had us in kind of shifts. So I didn't really get the Travis Pastrana and them dudes. I didn't get to meet anybody. I was just kind of to myself and just kind of DJing. I mean, I think when I get behind the turntables, I just get zoned in. I truly do. I just get zoned in. That's all I want to focus on. I'm always thinking that there's somebody new hearing me for the first time. I can't afford to kind of I can't afford to bomb. So once I get behind the turntables, I'm locked in there.
And that's the best way to be. I even noticed that today when you were doing it on IG Live, man. You were a beast. You were a beast, man.
Thank you, man. I try to still, I don't do it as much, but I think this is really good. It's a great time to do it. People are confined in their homes, and people just need to be able to breathe, man. I mean, I know you guys are going through it there as well. It's touching the whole globe. So, you're instrumental, with the radio station and really touching people through music. So, if we get a chance to, allow people to breathe a little bit and a little less anxiety through what we do, then I'm going to give it to them,
And that's the best way to be, man. And you also did that in the year 2000 at the in the year 2000 at the NBA All-Star Weekend in Philly. You were the celebrity DJ. I have to ask you, because I'm an NBA fan, what was it like being able to DJ for the NBA?
That was cool too. So there was a couple of promoters who put the event on, and they booked me, and it was myself, it was my man Kurt Fleur, it was Ed Lover, Special Ed, it was Mr. Chiefs, the Lost Boys, it was DJ Envy, myself, I want to say Wendy Williams. It was just a bunch of people there. So that was cool. I don't know if it was an NBA sponsored event, but during those weekends, you got people flying in from all over the world. And their promoters would just do events all over. So I guess at the time I'm hot and got the brand behind me. So that was a dope time too. I did that in both Philly, Atlanta, Vegas, which was cool too. So I don't think it was an NBA sponsored event, but it was those kind of weekends are pretty packed with events. So I got booked to do some things there as well.
And also, as you mentioned earlier, you were the Special Ed's DJ for a live performance on 106 in Park. I know you already mentioned that, but I have to ask you, in the near future, do you think DJ Finesse and Special Ed will team up for another concert or something like that?
You know what, Ed is man. It's you get to see. I didn't know Ed prior to meeting him with Master Ace. Man, Ed is my guy. We'll hit each other up on literally, I'll text him him, you good? How's your family? He's been in my house, we've eaten dinner, we've broken bread. He comes and does shows, and when he does shows, I'm in the stand, and he's shouting me out. So Ed's a dope guy, and he's a smart business guy. He's in the real estate. I haven't really spoken to him too much about any more music endeavors. I actually just hit him up 2 days ago to see if he had anything new, what he was working on. So I'm not sure. I mean, it's my guy. So if he ever says he's going to come out and do a show and he's a DJ, like I'm only like I got all those instrumentals. So we've done a couple of shows and I have his instrumentals. So if he calls and says he wants to rock out, like I'm there. He's a great dude, man.
And also, you went to Switzerland for a 3-city tour. I have to ask you, what is it like over there, like, versus North America? Like, is there any difference, or is everything a lot similar?
I would say a lot more free when I went, a lot less taboos. We seem to be pretty strict here with some of our regulations and rules, and I'm not a big weed smoker, but it was big over there then. Like you could literally, I don't smoke weed. It's just not my thing. But you could literally like pull out a magazine or whatever it was, and they would order in weed and get it delivered to the hotel room. I was like, damn, it was like really, really liberal, right? So really clean. And what was dope was that they really loved hip hop. So I met some people. I mean, they really couldn't even. They spoke broken English. So, I was really the guy that was on the outside looking in. I didn't, speak the language, but it's dope when you meet people from another country and they really love your music and like they know all the words, but you really can't have too much of a conversation with them outside of the music. So you spoke through the music, but really clean, really friendly. Love hip hop, man. I mean, like love hip hop. I'm like, damn, like they love hip hop more than the States. Like, you could just kind of spin anything out there. They just love the culture and love the music. So we went to Zurich, Basel, and Bern, and it was just a great time. I mean, I didn't get to sightsee. Again, it was more about getting these, doing these events. I'd love to go back and really just literally just be a fan of the country and I got to see some stuff. I didn't really get to see much at all.
And also, when you mentioned like they really love hip hop overseas, like I've heard that from a lot of individuals that came on my platform. They actually said like over in Japan, Switzerland, all those places, they love hip hop so much more than North America. Like they go crazy over it.
Yeah, they do. I mean, what's dope when you're a headline DJ, I think was pretty cool. So I've always been like, there's so much music to play. Like I never really worried about any of the DJ going on before me. Like sometimes you have those like, yo, like what do you want me to play? I'm like, yo, man, do you like whatever direction you go in, I'm gonna go in a different direction. So I'm good, but it's good to be able to sit back and you hear what they're spinning, and you can actually see what the crowd likes, because then you kind of know, okay, I can go ham, I can go in this direction. So being a headline DJ is dope because you get to sit back and see like what's working for the DJ before you and what's not working, and then it kind of less anxiety, less pressure, because you kind of know what they already like to listen to. But in Switzerland, it was like, man, I can just get my shit off. Like I can just go in.
And you also shared the stage with DJ Whoo Kid from G Unit in Montreal, Canada, for a 50 Cent after party. I have to ask you, what was it like working alongside G Unit, and how did you guys like initially get connected?
Yeah, so I had never met Whoo Kid. My man Donald Latour, and please look him up. He's an amazing DJ from Canada, and I had actually gone to Canada just on a whim one day. Actually, it was the day we were going when the Mountain Dew folks called. We were just going to Canada. I'm sorry, that was the second gig. So the first time in Canada, a bunch of friends of mine were like, "Yo, we're just going to Montreal." I'm like, "All right, well, I'm in." And literally within 45 minutes of my first time in Canada, I was spinning in a sneaker store. I'm like, wow, they got a DJ in a sneaker store, which is dope. And my man, at the time I didn't know him, his name was Donald Latour. And he was like, look, where you from? I'm like, I'm from the States. And constantly like, yo, I'd love to bring you back here for an event. And so I came back for the first event and crushed it. Donald and I became really good friends, and to this day, really good friends. And he travels the world DJing too. He's another great guy that you guys can interview. And then I just kept going back and kept booking me to come back. And then one of the main promoters there was a 50 Cent show there in Montreal, and Whoo Kid was going to be a DJ, so they booked me to come along and be. So it's Whoo Kid and myself as the headline DJs out there in Montreal. So it wasn't because I knew any G-Unit affiliates. It was more because of my man Donald Latour and then the promoter there in Montreal that put it all together.
And by the sounds of it, you went sneaker shopping at the right time out in Montreal. You went to the right place at the right time.
And bought some sneakers too, right? Yeah, absolutely. Want to support the store. I'm like, yeah, this is dope. And that was my first time in Montreal. I had no idea what to expect. But when you got a DJ in the sneaker store, I'm like, okay, again, there you see, here comes hip-hop again. There's hip-hop. I just jumped on the turntables and did what I did. And next thing you know, within the next month, I'm back there, getting paid, $1,500, $3,000 for an event. So, exactly, best time to go sneaker shopping.
And I also have to ask, did you get the opportunity to kick it with 50 Cent at all?
Nope, didn't even see him. He wasn't even in the club. So I have met 50, but that was at his mansion. But at that event, he wasn't even there. No, did he come through? Let me think, man. He might have just did a quick walkthrough. But I did not meet him. That event, I did not meet him. I was in the DJ booth, so no.
You're a big guy when you don't even show up for your own after party, eh?
Yeah. I mean, that's 50, man. And I'm trying to think, man. It was a long time out. He might have literally just walked through, security guards walking through, maybe sat in the VIP for maybe 5 minutes, if memory serves me correctly, and then out the door. Probably just enough to fulfill his contract. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. It's probably 5 minutes is up. All right, let's go.
Yeah, that's it. But you had Whoo Kid, so, I wasn't even the headline guy, but you had Whoo Kid, so, I mean, it was packed when we first pulled up, so, I mean, Whoo Kid's another amazing DJ, and his, has a huge brand, so, he was going to pack the club regardless, so then you throw me on there, coming in second, so I think the names alone with the Bad Boy and G-Unit was going to, it was going to pack, whether 50 was there or not, so.
And also, as you mentioned earlier, you were also a headline DJ for, I believe it was Super Bowl 42. What was it like being able to perform at the NFL Super Bowl?
Yeah, so that was another, again, most of the stuff, I guess, it's almost like, it's a lot of word of mouth, obviously. Social media was nowhere near as prevalent as it is today. So you really had to have your name out there and your brand out there because people were calling because they knew, from another promoter or another event that you had done that you just rock out and you have a draw. So we didn't have I think it was MySpace back then. I want to say maybe it was that, but so you really had to be on your game and people had to know you and want to book you because of your skill set and your talent. So it was another promoter, I think from Sacramento or San Diego who was putting on the event. So once she approached me, again, I'm a go-getter, so if I see that there's a void, I'm going to fill it in. So I'm like, look, I have access to pretty much everyone. Who do you want? I'm like, so we could do a Bad Boy showcase, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. So I ended up getting, it was Dougie Fresh was the host. He was the host. I had Mario Winans come in. I had Sherry Dennis come in, and I had Young Jock come in. And I booked Flow Rider. I booked Styles P. And then I booked Kid Capri. So I was not only someone who got the DJ for the party, but I was actually booking artists as well. So it was another dope time.
That's actually crazy. You know what I mean? You had the whole package. You got to book the artist, got to perform. Sounds like one hell of an amazing night.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we did some hiccups with the promotional stuff. I mean, that's not my lane, right? But I'm my thing is, my word is my bond. So if I give you my word, that's all I can really do is make sure that I give you what I say I'm going to give you. So, I don't think the promotion was, and not to knock anybody because it was so long ago, but I mean, everyone who I said I could bring to the table, I brought to the table. So, I want to make sure that I'm always clear about, my intentions and what I say I'm going to do. I'm going to do to make sure that I provide that, because that's how I continue to kind of stay somewhat relevant, and just being a guy that's is a man of his word and a man of character and of integrity. So I'm always going to do. Again, you asked me to be on at 8:30. I'm on my phone at 8:25 tonight. You know what I'm saying? Ready to go.
Most definitely. I do want to ask quickly just on that. Like, obviously the Super Bowl is really huge, like 50+ thousand people. Like, you being in front of that many people DJing, like, did you feel discouraged? Like, did you get nervous at all being in front of that many people?
No, because that wasn't in the stadium. So that was again, like when you go to so when there's events that happen at certain times. So NBA All-Star Weekend, you'll get literally promoters from all over the country will come into that city, and they'll start renting clubs out and doing their parties. And so that happens. Then Super Bowl weekend was the same thing. So the promoter actually rented out a huge, like it was almost like how do I want to say this? Like a huge, it wasn't like bigger than a hall. I mean, it must have held about 3,000 people. So I'm not in front of. I wasn't DJing at the actual NFL Super Bowl, like in the dome, but Super Bowl weekend. So there was parties going on all over the place, and so that was one of the parties. But it was promoted pretty well. It was on the television, and TV drops and interviews and stuff like that, red carpet, stuff like that. So they do it up pretty big in these different events. Kentucky Derby, you'll see parties going on. I mean, so like if there's something big, Daytona 500, like there's always parties going on. So you can get booked to do some pretty dope events around these these different sporting events.
And you are also the spokesperson for Headgear Sportswear. How did you get connected with that company? And I also heard they sponsor you as well.
Yeah, so again, it's funny, man. When people ask me about my career and they ask me for advice, I'm like, look, you got to network, man, and you got to bring something to the table. Like you have to be, and you have to have integrity, man. Like no one is going to deal with you if you're just a complete asshole. If you're always asking for things and you can't bring something to the table. So a friend of mine, his name is Haskell Kennedy, Haskell. He owned his own clothing store, and so I went down to the clothing store. I'm like, hey, look, man, I'm looking for a clothing sponsor. He's like, you know what, man? We got my man Mike B. Mike B. is doing all the marketing for Headgear Sportswear, and so he gave me Mike B.'s number, made the phone call first. I called Mike B. up. He's like, yo, can you get to Vegas? I'm like, yeah, why? What up? He's like, get to Vegas for the Vegas Magic Show. It's the biggest clothing convention. It happens every 6 months, and everyone's out here. What do you mean? He goes, yo, bro, like everyone's out here, from Jordan to Nelly, like Little John, like whoever has clothing gear, they're out here, like everyone. And so me and my two managers booked it. Again on our own dime. Flew out to Vegas, hooked up with Mike B. Started lacing us with gear, and then that was it, man. Just great conversation with the owners and what their direction was, and it was just at the time it was the Negro League, all that gear, all the Negro League gear, and then it changed over to Black Label, and so I was not only sponsored by Headgear Sportswear, but then sponsored by Black Label when they came out, the BLAC label, and it was huge for a minute. So again, going back and forth to Vegas, and then doing more networking, and then more gigs came out of that. Actually DJing for Nelly. And so, just all about networking and, again, adding value. So, if you're not adding value, it's really hard to kind of, get yourself out there because people, they can kind of see right through it, that you're only looking to take, you're not looking to give anything back.
And I have to ask you, what is next for you, DJ Finesse? Other than your book that you're currently writing, what's next for you?
It's funny you ask that, man, because everyone and their mother, again, is telling me that I should just rebrand myself and just go across the country and just do 90s parties. So, I've been doing this thing for a minute. I don't mind, sharing my age. Like, I'm literally, with the grace of God, I'll be 51 on the 31st of this month. So So, I've been doing this thing for a minute, and it can get a little tiring. But you get like, this little time in my life where, you're home cooped up and you start jumping on these turntables and you're playing all 90s. I'm like, wow, I could really go probably across the country and literally just do 90s parties. So it's a thought. It's kind of on the back burner because right now, again, it's really all about the book. Right now, I'm still the DJ for the Providence College Flyers, so that they're a Big East basketball team. So I'm literally on the floor in front of like 12,000 people every home game with turntables, believe it or not, every home game. So that's an amazing team and brand and sports team that I'm with. I've been with them now 9 years. So I look forward to that every NCAA basketball season. But it's really about getting this book out. I really think this book can really help a lot of people. So my focus right now is the book. And then again, let's see what this whole, if I want to go out there and really, go across the country and do 90s parties. But I probably have to say, like, when the phone calls come in, I probably wouldn't say no to the first few. Just kind of see how I feel. But, I don't want it to interfere with the book. So if I can kind of tie it into the book release, it would make sense. But yeah, so if it's not a 90s event, I want no part of it, to be quite honest. If it's not the golden era music,
I truthfully don't blame you. I really don't. Excuse me, sorry. I think I'll be really actually good, help bring the 90s back, you know what I mean? Back when hip-hop was actually hip-hop.
Yeah, I think you and I talked about that before, didn't we?
Yeah, we did actually, when we actually first set this interview up, because I remember you called me up and you wanted to actually see what I was all about and whatnot, and I told you that, my show is pretty much like wanting to bring real hip-hop back.
Yeah, and man, listen, I appreciate you. I know you got Master Ace. I've seen him. You're going to be interviewing him as well. I definitely want to get you Special Ed and my man Hakeem from Channel Live. I can't appreciate. I think all of us that are really, really, ingrained in hip hop, man, we love that. When radio stations, don't conform to this new, dumbed down trap craziness that's out there. Some stuff is high. Like some stuff you can kind of vibe to, but I can't get with it, man. It's just, everybody's a little, everybody's a young,
Or they look like a human Skittle with weird clown hair or whatever.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like, you're not, I need something to move me intellectually as well, and just give me something I can really rock out to, and that just happens to be, for me, it's golden era. Like, I still listen to Illmatic, like, for real. Like I listen to Illmatic, like, all the time. So for me, it's golden era. So I guess the answer to your question is really about the book, getting that book prepared to come out, hoping it touches some lives and can just kind of help some people push through some of their fears and help them to be the best version of themselves and kind of identify what it is to be successful and some of the things that play a part in that journey of being successful.
So I have to ask you this, DJ Finesse. So this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that comes on the show. Just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, and also your social media handles and your website. That way our listeners can check you out if they're not and follow you if they're not already doing so.
Yeah, so well, first of all, shout out to you guys, Outlaw Radio, for doing what you do and putting it down for hip-hop and bringing real hip-hop back. I think we should do some 90s events. Maybe we'd love to come out to you guys and DJ as well. So, got to shout you out, Immortal. Got to shout out my man Master Ace, obviously. He's been, he's actually writing the foreword in my book. Like, he's been so instrumental in my career, and I think he didn't even know, how much he played a part in where I'm at today. So, obviously Special Ed, my two former managers, my man Big Al, my man Big Kev. Obviously my wife, I'm married with two older folks as children, so 32 and 21. My wife Tina, my son JC, my daughter Jeff. They're my life, literally. And then my social media, you can follow me on Instagram at THEE DJ Finesse. I'm on the gram there, so I use most of the time. Facebook is still my government name is Mason Santos. Don't mind putting it out there because it's going to come out with the book anyway. It's a whole other brand that we're branding. So my government name is Mason Santos, and also DJ Finesse on Facebook. Twitter, DJ Finesse I'm not hell-bent on likes, but whatever. So if you follow me, I'm going to follow you back. I'm not into all that, algorithm crap. I'm real. So if you follow me, I'm hitting the follow back button. That's where you can reach me. The website is finesseyourilifestyle.com. It's in construction right now. We're changing it from, DJFinesse.com to Finesse Your Lifestyle, because it's going to be a lifestyle brand with the book, and there'll probably be some merch maybe later on. And also too, I'm heavy into the travel space, so there'll be some stuff that I deal with in travel as well. So if you're looking to move around the world, I got my hands on something pretty dope there as well. So it's a whole lifestyle brand with travel, with music, and with the book, and stuff like that. So FinesseYourLifestyle.com. Again, FINESSE, yourlifestyle.com. And then get ready for the book to come out. The book's called From Personal to Purpose. The launch date as of right now is June, but again, if I need to push it back, given what's going on right now, I'll push it back until the timing is right.
I do want to say, Finesse, thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio Live. It most definitely was an honor and a privilege, and I'm hoping down the road we can do this again.
Let's do it, brother. Anytime, man. Whatever you need from me, brother. Rock out. Hip-hop.
Most definitely. Have yourself a wonderful night, man, and stay safe.
All right, Mauro. You too, brother. Peace.
Peace.